Hello viewers, in this video today we are going to see about mechanism of blood clotting. Now we'll see the introduction. Blood clotting is also known as hemostasis, is a vital physiological process that prevents excessive blood loss following vascular injury while maintaining blood in a fluid state within intact vessels. It is a finely regulated defense mechanism that involves the interaction of blood vessels, platelets, clotting factors, and regulatory proteins. The process occurs in a series of well-coordinated steps, beginning with vascular spasm, followed by the formation of a temporary platelet plug, and later reinforced by a stable fibrin mesh through the coagulation cascade. After the clot has served its purpose, it undergoes clot retraction and is eventually removed by fibrinolysis, restoring normal blood flow. Importantly, this mechanism is tightly controlled by natural anticoagulants and endothelial factors to prevent abnormal clot formation that could lead to thrombosis. Thus, blood clotting represents a delicate balance between procoagulant and anticoagulant forces, ensuring both effective prevention of hemorrhage and protect against pathological clotting. Now we'll see the mechanism in detail. First one is vascular spasm or vasoconstriction. The very first response to blood vessel injury is vascular spasm, where the damaged vessels immediately constricts to reduce blood flow and minimize blood loss. This occurs due to three mechanisms, that is direct injury to the vascular smooth muscle, reflex signals from pain receptors, and the release of endothelin from damaged endothelial cells. The contraction of smooth muscles narrow the lumen of the vessel, reducing blood flow at the site of injury. Although short-lived, usually lasting only a few minutes, this response is critical as it slows down bleeding and gives time for platelet and clotting factors to become active. Second one is platelet plug formation, or it is otherwise called as primary hemostasis. Once the endothelium is damaged, subendothelial collagen and von Willebrand factor are exposed. Platelets adhere to collagen with the help of von Willebrand factor, which binds to platelet surface receptors. Upon addition, platelets becomes activated and changing their shape from small discs to irregular spiny forms with pseudopodia. Activated platelets release the contents of their granules such as ADP, serotonin, thromboxane A2, and calcium, which amplify the activation process and recruit more platelets to the site. These chemical mediators promote platelet aggregation, where fibrinogen binds to glycoprotein 2B or 3A receptors of adjacent platelets, linking them together. This results in the formation of a temporary platelet plug, which is effective in sealing small injuries but requires reinforcement from fibrin to be stable. Third one is coagulation cascade or secondary hemostasis. The platelet plug formed in primary hemostasis is unstable, and therefore the coagulation cascade strengthens it by forming a fibrin mesh. This cascade consists of a series of enzyme activations involving clotting factors, most of which are synthesized in the liver and require vitamin K. The process can begin through two pathways, the intrinsic pathway and the extrinsic pathway. The intrinsic pathway is activated when blood comes into contact with negatively charged surfaces such as exposed collagen, leading to the sequential activation of factors 12, 11, 9 and 8, ultimately producing active factor 10. The extrinsic pathway is triggered by the tissue factor 3 released from damaged tissues, which binds to factor 7 and directly activates factor 10. Both pathways converge at the common pathway, where factor 10A with cofactor 5A, calcium ions and phospholipids forms the prothrombinase complex. This complex converts prothrombin factor 2 into thrombin factor 2A, which is the central enzyme of coagulation. Thrombin converts fibrinogen into fibrin monomers, and with the help of factor 13A, these fibrin strands are cross-linked into a stable mesh that reinforces the platelet plug, forming a permanent clot. Fourth one is clot retraction and vessel repair. After the fibrin clot is formed, clot retraction begins within 30 to 60 minutes. Platelets, which contain contractile proteins like actin, myosin, contract and pull on the fibrin threads. This action shrinks the clot and draws the wound edges closer together, reducing the size of damaged area. Meanwhile, platelets release platelet-derived growth factor, which stimulates smooth muscle cells and fibroblasts to repair the vessel wall, and vascular endothelial growth factor, which promotes new capillary growth. These processes ensure the vessel gradually heals while the clot holds the damaged tissue together. Clot retraction is followed by fibrinolysis, clot dissolution. Once the vessel is sufficiently repaired, the clot is no longer needed and must be removed to restore normal blood flow. This process, called fibrinolysis, is mediated by plasmin, is an enzyme that digests fibrin. Plasmin is derived from its inactive precursor plasminogen, which is incorporated into the clot during its formation. Endothelial cells release tissue plasminogen activator, which converts plasminogen into plasmin. The plasmin then degrades the fibrin network into soluble fragments called fibrin degradation products, leading to the granular dissolution of the clot. This ensures that clotting does not persist longer than necessary and prevents vascular blockage. And the final one is regulation of coagulation. Since the clotting mechanism is powerful and potentially dangerous if unchecked, the body maintains strict regulatory controls to prevent unnecessary clot formation or excessive bleeding. Natural anticoagulants such as antithrombin 3 inhibit thrombin and factor 10A, while protein C and S inactivate cofactors 5A and 8A. Tissue factor pathway inhibitor prevents overactivation of the extrinsic pathway by inhibiting the tissue factor 7A complex. In addition, intact endothelial cells release prostacyclin and nitric oxide, which prevent platelet aggregation, and thrombomodulin, which modifies thrombin's activity to activate protein C instead of promoting clotting. These mechanisms ensure a balance between clot formation and dissolution, allowing the body to maintain hemostasis without harmful clotting events. Summary of the today's topic: hemostasis is a complex multi-step process that ensures survival after injury by rapidly forming a clot to stop bleeding. It involves vascular spasm, platelet plug formation, the coagulation cascade, clot retraction, fibrinolysis, and regulatory mechanisms. This tightly controlled balance between clot formation and dissolution maintains normal blood flow, while any imbalance can result in bleeding disorders such as hemophilia or clotting disorders like thrombosis. Thank you for listening and watching the video.